Toyota C-HR should be getting a redesign in the coming year in 2023. We have a lot to talk about, and here's what we're hearing from Japan. When the C-HR came out in 2017, it pretty much shocked the world because it's nothing like Toyota's previous designs. Now, fast forward to this year, Toyota is planning an all-new model to debut next year. So we're going to talk about everything we're hearing about the new funky C-HR coming out of Japan. We're about Spider 7, Japanese scoop site, and just keep in mind that the C-HR, as far as I'm aware, is built in two places. It's built in Japan. That's the version we get here in North America. There's also a Turkish version built for the Middle East and probably most of Europe as well. If we look at the sales of the C-HR introduced in 2017, and this is just United States, mind you, 25,000 units, it doubled to nearly 50,000 units in 2018, held that for 2019, and then things went downhill. Now you might be saying, Kirk, it's just because of the global production and the supply chain disruptions. Well, maybe, but you also have to keep in mind that the Corolla Cross, pretty much the same segment of vehicle, very average looking little crossover, doesn't look like it's crazy design from an anime. That is going to be selling up to 150,000 units per year here in North America. So C-HR, is it going by the wayside in North America? I guess has yet to be seen. Toyota said it is not canceling the C-HR for America, and they said that the Corolla Cross wasn't replacing it when they announced it for America about a year ago. Now we have the hybrid Corolla Cross coming out, and we've never had a hybrid C-HR come to America. But let's talk about the new C-HR. We got new design, and this is, of course, again, coming from Spider 7. It also looks like in Japan in 2017, the C-HR had the best-selling month ever for a car. That's pretty nuts. They're saying that the vehicle is going to take a lot of styling cues from this compact BZ SUV. Now we have another picture of it here. All these concepts were unveiled last December. I've talked about it in countless videos. But anyways, the BZ compact SUV. Well, if this is the BZ4X we currently have in the market, this is a smaller, so BZ3X is a logical answer. So I don't expect this vehicle to be a C-HR unless they cancel the C-HR and they just have this vehicle. But this vehicle is not supposed to be a fully battery electric vehicle like this BZ3X. It's what I'm calling it. In fact, this small SUV is going to be very C-HR. In my gut, it's weird looking like a C-HR. It's crazy. It's over the top. It's a bit ugly like the C-HR. And here's another angle of this small SUV. I don't know what SU stands for. So if you guys have an idea of what SU could mean, or small sport utility EV, it's hard for me to figure out. It's probably sport utility, but this is probably the closest design we have so far for the next C-HR. Going back to the article here, they're saying that they have this image. Well, this is what this editor drew up for us, and I just think it's absolutely hideous. It's more ugly than what we have with this vehicle. So let me shrink this down and just to compare the ugliness we have going on. This yellow orange vehicle is ugly. This thing is on a whole nother level, and it looks like a completely old version of Toyota, maybe from 10 years ago. It just doesn't have any design languages that I see making it to the market. Now, from the A-pillar backwards, it does have some looks of that BZ3X vehicle that we talked about earlier, and it has that hidden door handle. This doesn't have that hidden door handle. In fact, you can see it, well, it's sucked into the side. So, but ugly renders aside, let's get into what they're saying about the powertrain. So, platform is still on the TNGA-C platform. It's one of the first vehicles on that C platform alongside the Prius. Now they're saying it's getting the 2-liter inline 4-cylinder dynamic force engine motor hybrid, essentially what we have in the Corolla Cross hybrid and let's say the Lexus UX. Now they're saying there's also going to be a full electric version of this and will be equipped with the preceding BZ4X system. And the premiere of the new C-HR, they're saying, is in the fall of 2023, and a BEV announcement will be happening after that. So let's go to a spreadsheet real quick. I don't think it will have exactly BZ4X set up when they announce the battery electric version. Here we have BZ4X. But the thing is, the C-HR is a very compact vehicle. It's not going to have the same capacity to fit that battery pack in there. The BZ4X has a 112-inch wheelbase. The C-HR has only about 104-inch wheelbase, so they can't put the same battery pack in there from the BZ4X or the Solterra, so it has to be much smaller. So I have no doubt that they could easily put this front-wheel drive motor in there. I think the all-wheel drive motor actually might be a little bit too big for that vehicle. Now, they could put a smaller e-axle in there as well. Now we need to talk about its hybrid engine as well as its base engine. Now in America, are we going to see this vehicle at all? We just don't know. But one thing that they have to do if they bring it here is get rid of this 3ZR engine with only 144 horsepower. This car is one of the slowest I've tested on the channel. 0 to 60 probably in around like 11 seconds or something, maybe even 12. This thing is a slug. So they need to replace this 2-liter at the very minimum with this 2-liter, the M20A with 169 horsepower, and the direct shift CVT will help this vehicle launch infinitely better than this old terrible CVT setup. Now it could be EV, or should I say electrified only. That's a possibility, as Toyota has been wanting to do that in specific models. Typically they're bigger models like the Sequoia, the Venza minivan, the Sienna as well. But this hybrid setup is almost a lock, up to 197 horsepower. That's what they're saying for the Corolla Cross in Europe. It's 190 horsepower, 194 horsepower for the Corolla Cross here stateside, and 181 horsepower for the Lexus UX. That one doesn't make any sense to me, but it could have to do with the battery technology in each one of those vehicles. If the C-HR comes out next year looking like either of these things, they can just keep it in Japan. The Corolla Cross is more than adequate to fill that segment. But if it comes out and it looks very similar to this small compact battery electric vehicle design, yes, bring it over. It'll make the Corolla Cross look like a front machine. Regardless of your thoughts and feelings, we still have a long ways to wait before this vehicle is even announced in the fall of 2023. But I'm gonna there, C-HR, just don't look uglier than what you already are and have some compelling powertrains. A fully battery electric version would be a good start as an option. Do you think it's going to come to America, or do you think the Corolla Cross is going to be taking its place permanently here in the future? I'm gonna there. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video on the funky C-HR, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss any updates on this little compact quirky vehicle. Catch you in the next one.